Global Education Media presents Education Report on TV, the television program that promotes educational events and activities across the country for parents, students, practitioners in educational fields across categories, corporate organizations with products and services that appeal to the youths, government officials, particularly those saddled with the responsibility of managing education, and the general public. It also covers programs and activities in the educational sector, such as awards and opening ceremonies, school inter-house sports, collaborative engagement with NGOs, as well as corporate organizations, plus vocational and technical education, institution for people with special education needs, individual contribution towards the growth and development of education while celebrating success in the educational sector at all levels. For sponsorship and advert placement, please contact 0803 323 2771 or 0812 120 1359. Education Report on TV, promoting excellence in education on television nationwide.
The importance of early childhood development cannot be overemphasized. This is because it ensures a solid foundation for the overall development of young children. This fact is recognized by both the National Policy on Education and the Universal Basic Education Act of 2004, which mandates every public school to have a pre-primary school linkage to cater for children of age 3 to 5. Bearing these in mind, the Lagos State Universal Basic Education Board recently put together an advocacy meeting for policymakers and major stakeholders on the fast-tracking of early childhood development in the Universal Basic Education Program. Speaking at the event, the Chairman, State Universal Basic Education Board, Mrs. Bola Odaudu, disclosed that efforts are on ground to ensure that early childhood development is achieved.
The Lagos State government has keyed into this policy as far back as 2006, when we started with 5 model schools in Lagos State. We pride ourselves on the fact that we already have the early childhood education classes in virtually all our 1,007 schools, primary schools in Lagos State. The state government has also embarked on a number of efforts to make sure that this particular cadre is well taken care of.
On his part, the Director Academic Service, Mr. Pius Osagi, stated that early childhood development is the bedrock for the physical, emotional, psychosocial and educational development of young children.
The developmental research has shown that at that early age between birth to 5 is very, very crucial. A lot of physical, intellectual and emotional development, the foundations are laid at that stage and have the potential to provide very, very significant gains for those practices over those who do not. And it's very important. I prepare the child for the primary education and also for other levels of education.
Mrs. Justina Onifade, an education specialist, spoke on the importance of training pre-primary school teachers and the need to have the appropriate infrastructure in place.
The personnel, those people training the ECD are not just capacitated to do that. That means they are not qualified as caregivers. They teach these children as if they are teaching primary school, and it's more fruit laying. We cannot blame the teachers because they are not trained as caregivers. And the other thing is that there are no toys for them to play. Most of our pre-primary classes are there. They are like this hall. And a place where children must learn be very beautiful. Colors, hanging, charts and so on. And then they must have toys.
Other guest present also shared their views on the importance of early childhood development.
I just want to emphasize that those anticipated gains may not be possible if we do not put the right caliber of personnel in handling early childhood education classes. And I want to say that if today Subeb is in need of specialist caregivers, to whatever number, we have them in large numbers that are qualified and that are ready to serve the state.
The first training of linkage teachers, we trained over 500 teachers. And during this training, we were able to put them around the methodology of handling ECCD classroom. We made use of it, trained them on how to use to improvise materials. Because when we look at getting ready-made toys in the classroom, it's quite expensive. So we make use of locally made materials. All these water bottles, all these bottles that you throw around can be used in the classroom.
The Permanent Secretary, Lagos State Ministry of Education, Mrs. Omolara Iwegbogbo, urged all stakeholders to work together in achieving all the set goals.
We continue to do more, but most importantly, we all have roles to play. These schools, they can improvise with the toys, or we can even ask parents or SBNC to donate some of these things. Yes, a lot of money is needed in education, but let's even imagine the entire state government budget being given to education is not sufficient. So we still need to find ways around it. We need the instructional materials for this level of children. And we should all realize one thing: foundation is the most critical aspect of education. Once we get it right from the ECCD, then whatever we build on it will endure and stand the test of time. So I'm enjoying all of us to join us. Subeb, don't relent on your efforts. We'll continue to do more, and we'll take education in Lagos State to the highest level.
In an interview with Education Report on TV, the special advisor to the Lagos State Governor on a core project, Ms. Ronke Aziz, disclosed that the state government has started developing a proper structure for all the ECCD centers in all primary schools in Lagos State.
We have started from improving the infrastructure and the facilities within the school. We have started developing the policy for our ECCD. We have also started the training and the recruitment of ECCD teachers. However, we still have a lot to do. For example, we need to make sure that we equip all our ECCD centers with the right instructional materials that are relevant to the ages of 3 to 5 years old.
The Permanent Secretary also enjoined the caregivers of these children to be patient and committed to their job.
The type of caregivers that will teach these little children, they must be patient, they must have passion, they must be committed. People with anger, that kind of thing, cannot teach little children. And then instructional materials, it can't be overemphasized. We really need this and toys. That's what the children will start learning with, and they are very critical.
The chairman, State Universal Education Board, made it known that early childhood development allows the children to develop intellectually.
It's not even about starting school from the primary level, but even the pre-primary level, because it allows these children to develop their intellects early enough. It even releases burdens on parents and guardians, because as most of these children are taken to school at an early stage, you know, they become their intellects have become sharper and they are ready and willing to go to school.
According to research, the quality of life of a child and the contribution the child makes to the society as an adult can be traced to the first few years of life. Hence, kudos to the State Universal Basic Education Board for promoting early childhood development.
This is to inform all head teachers and principals of public primary and secondary schools in Lagos State to kindly activate the recently issued official email address by following these steps. 1. Visit www.lagosschoolsonline.com. 2. Click on the log on to the web mail tab. 3. Enter your full email address. 4. Enter your issued password. 5. Change your issued password to enhance the security of your email address. For further enquiries, please call 080-3323-2771 or 081-8760-9231. Announcer, the Lagos State Ministry of Education.
General public is hereby notified that registration of children for admission into Nursery 1, Primary 1 in September 2014 will commence in all the divisions of Lagos State from Tuesday, the 27th of May 2014. The minimum registration age for Primary 1 is 6 years, while the minimum registration age into Nursery 1 is 3 years. Application forms for registration can be obtained from the head teachers of all public nursery and primary schools in Lagos State. Parents and guardians should register in the schools nearest their homes. Completed application forms must be accompanied by 3 passport-sized photographs of the child and the child's birth certificate to the head teachers of the schools from where the forms were obtained. Parents are advised to register at only one center. Registration is free. Affected children must be brought along to the registration centers. For more information, please call 080-2466-1427 or 081-5068-0934 or visit the nearest public primary school in the state. Announcer, Mrs. Bola Daudu, the Executive Chairman, State Universal Basic Education Board.
Please, parents, guardians, don't hesitate and don't debar any child. They must not be used for child labor. Take them out to any center of your choice nearest your home and make sure that these children are registered. It is free and it is compulsory.